So 6 weeks ago, we bought this fully wrecked V2 Panigale 2021 model. We've done heaps to it, we've stripped it right back, we've put on a whole bunch of performance parts, and now we're actually on the home stretch, so stay tuned. So what's actually left to complete on this bike? Well, there's actually quite a bit. So we've got the engine, which has to go in for a tune, and that's getting a full performance tune, probably a Woolwich tune or something similar. We've got the wheels, they're going in to be painted a titanium color, really similar to these ones here. We've got the front forks and brakes, so we're probably going to go with an insert into the front forks, maybe like a Nix 30 Olands, and then probably an upgraded brake as well. The replacement shock has to go on. The actual painting of the bike, which we're doing today. But other than that, it's really just a whole bunch of small things. Now it's time to transform this beauty into something awesome. So we are going to start painting today. It'll be probably a 3-day process. I'll film throughout most of it. I'll try and get most of it. I don't want to go into too much detail because you all know how to paint a motorbike. The quotes I got were like upwards of $1,300 just to paint these fairings. So really, I'm saving at least $900 doing it myself. I think it cost me $257 for all the paint, but I'm not even using that much. So reality is probably half that. Anyway, I'll put a whole bunch of details as to the process I actually use. I'll put that in the description of the video. The biggest thing is you got to mask up. You got to cover all your surfaces. You don't want any dust. You want a well ventilated room, yada yada. There's a heap of YouTube videos on how to do this. Watch and enjoy. This is like the most stressful piece for me. It is literally so tough to try and make sure you get this perfect every time. And I think we've come out pretty good so far. 4 coats so far, and they're just looking awesome. So we might do one more coat because I've still got a little bit of paint left in the gun. And see how it comes up, but overall pretty impressed. We did have a major boo-boo at the very start where the ear line split, so I had to really quickly fix that before my paint started to go off, but yeah, fun days. Okay, 5 coats done. Okay, so now we're just gonna wait for that to set a little bit, and then we'll start applying the 2K satin clear to bring out that satin look to the black.
Cause you have closed your eyes. You say you listen, but you're missing what it's all about. Rise up now. If you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now. Have you given up? I will never stop, yeah. I try to help you, but you keep keep reading between the lines. There's nothing there for you to complicate, we're not aligned. You say you listen, but guessing that's just another sign of growing up. You're growing old, your life keep passing by. Up now, if you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now, have you given up? I will never stop, Now if you break it, I can take it, I don't need a prize. Leave out the fact that I am up against 1,000 guys. My intuition efficient, cause I can use my mind. Don't try to tell me how it's done, you haven't done your time. Up now, if you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now, have you given up? I will never stop, yeah.
So I've actually done a critical little screw up here that I'm gonna have to take this all apart to redo, but a few people said in the comments section they don't think that steel weld will hold, which is the epoxy weld I used on the tank mounts, and they were half right, because what I did is I accidentally didn't mount the tank at the back to pull it down flat before I put the fairing on. So the fairing has pulled the mounts down. And then when I push the tank back down, I've now got a gap. You can see I've got a gap, and you can actually see it starting to pull those mounts off the tank. So that's okay. Look, I've learned something. I'll take the fairings back off and redo it. That's cool. I'll do that, in the next couple of days. But the good thing is that these mount points are perfect. So the way I've measured these out is exactly where they should be. So now I just have to replicate it. Maybe I'll tack weld it this time just to be sure. I don't know, but either way, that's a problem for another day. But hey, look, I broke it. Shit happens. Yes, I broke the bike, but that's okay, I'll fix it. We've got all the painting done. We had, I think we did 3 coats of black, or maybe it was 4, and then we did 3 to 4 coats of clear coat over the top. We polished the tank up, we did 4 coats of clear, and then we wet sanded that back and then polished the tank. It's all happening. So the only thing we're short on now is to get the bike actually started, we need the fuel clip. So we're waiting on the fuel clip this week. That should come in. The bike's then got to go off to get the decals done. So this is the design that we're going for. I think I showed you earlier anyway. And then the wheels are getting painted and then it's off for a performance tune. So stay tuned. There's a couple of episodes left to go and then hopefully this bike will be ready to get out on track for one lucky customer.